Hey, what is up, guys? Glycogen Cycling here. Today is the TT from the Chain of Lakes Cycling Classic. This race was a bit ago. It was in March, but I just have not really had time to do videos, so, well, now you're seeing it now, so be thankful. Before we get started, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and yeah, that's all the announcements I have. Let's get into it. So this race was an 8-mile time trial. It was directly after the road race that we just did. So the P12s did 70 miles, and then this TT is a section of the course, but it was only 8 miles out and back. So you can see the map in the top right corner. We started on this downhill section, but it also had a headwind. So, I'm going a decent speed. I knew compared to last year, I'm not as fit as I was. So I didn't want to go super full gas because I knew I was going to blow up if I did. So just, try to stay inside myself in this first little bit, even though it was a downhill, because I didn't want to blow up. But basically my main goal was catch the guy in front of me. He was on a road bike as well as I was. And what was cool about this time trial was they give you a 30-second bonus if you use a road bike instead of a TT bike. So it makes it a lot more fair if you don't have the bags of money to buy a TT bike. You can just use your road bike and you're not going to get blown out of the water as much. But that being said, TT bike, I probably would have made up at least 30 seconds. But I've been practicing this aero position of resting my forearms on the tops of the bars. So I can get actually pretty aero with just on my road bike. And I get pretty low. You can see my shadow even. I'm basically in a TT position just on a road bike. Obviously, it's not as comfortable as, that's kind of weird to say, as a TT bike is comfortable. But resting your forearms on the tops of the bars, I have like round bars. It's not like the flat top. So it does, hurt a little bit. And you can't shift there. You have to get out of that position. So now we are coming into the crosswind section. So the wind was coming from, the way you're looking at it, the right-hand side. So it's all crosswind, and it's super hot, by the way. It was like 90 degrees this day, and we were outside all day, obviously. The course doesn't really have any shade at all, and so I got really sunburnt. But the main goal was just in between the road race and this TT was just stay as hydrated as you can. I just filled up, all my bottles of water, just chugged those right after the race, got some food in me, and, just got mentally prepared for this. So you're going to see in a second, I actually catch this guy that was started 30 seconds in front of me. I caught him within 5 minutes, basically. And at this point, I'm getting really hyped. I'm like, I'm gonna kill this. I'm catching this guy already. So that got me pretty excited. And from then on, I just try to keep the momentum going. But I ended up finishing 5th overall in this time trial, which was actually pretty crazy. That's like the best I've finished in a time trial before. I haven't done too many, but I just try to improve every single time. So what I messed up on last time trial, and you could watch that video. It was from the what race was it? Some race in Wisconsin, the Project Echelon Omnium. In that TT, I was just thinking, okay, let's just go as hard as I can on the hills because that's my weakness. And if I go hard and then chill a little bit on the downhill, I have more advantage chilling on the downhill than climber guys. But I actually flipped that logic for this one. I tried to go, and okay, this is Florida, so there's not really any giant hills. But what I'm saying is I tried to go harder on the downhills and then not blow myself up on the uphills. Like you can see right here, I'm, still 350 watts, something like that. But, it's a little false flat basically. And here's the turnaround point. So I come into this super hot and was able to make the turn fine, sprint out of it, trying to get back up to speed as quickly as possible. And I see that guy behind me that was on the TT bike. So at this point, I'm like, oh man, he's going to catch me. So I just, tried to go a little bit harder, but I knew it was pretty much inevitable at that point. Like, he's right there within 10 seconds of me. So he's going to catch me. But yeah, again, now we still have this crosswind coming from the left-hand side. And again, just getting as aero as possible as I can on this road bike. Obviously, it's not ideal, but, we do what we can. So then now I'm just going up this hill. And as you see, this guy passes me, full TT, skin suit, aero helmet, aero bike, full 9 yards. And I'm just using my aero road helmet and, just a regular kit. But is what it is. We're all out here just having fun. So yeah, the road race before this I actually finished 10th, which was pretty good. It was all right. It was a breakaway up the road, and with about 1K to go, I was like, all right, this is ridiculous. I'm just going to send it. So went as hard as I could for the last kilometer and got caught by 2 guys on the line. But that being said, I had a gap from the main pack. So I knew I had a little bit of buffer in the overall GC. And this is a time-based Omnium. So, the time you get on the TT matters. Because, it probably matters the most. Or the road race. The road race, if you're in a breakaway, it's kind of hard to pull back 5 minutes in a TT that's 8 miles long and a crit. That's pretty much, if you're in the breakaway for the road race, unless you do something real stupid, you're gonna be in the top couple guys. So I don't think a lot of guys actually did the TT. There's probably 15 out of the 35 that did the road race. So the Omnium is top 10 get payout or whatever. So, is what it is. I ended up finishing 5th in this, and that put me 8th overall, 8th or 9th, I think. And then, you'll see tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but the crit was the Sunday after this, the next day. And when I release that video, you'll see how I did. So again, this is the final stretch. We have a tailwind at this point, but it's slightly uphill. So I'm just, going as hard as I can go at this point. My legs are pretty fried. You can see that sun blazing in my face. And there was the 1 kilometer to go sign. So yeah, at this point I'm just about to, pick it up a little bit. I probably could have paced this better, and you'll see in a few moments after I finish this. I had my initial thoughts after the TT. But yeah, if I knew where the turnaround point was and rode the course beforehand and knew where everything was, then I probably could have paced it a little bit better. Maybe gained a couple seconds here and there, but it is what it is. Finished it off with a 5th place. So again, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I put a lot of effort in these videos, and I'd like that a lot if you could do that for me. Thanks. So yeah, here we are coming in the final stretch. Stand up to sprint a little bit as much as I can. 600 watt sprint. Yeah, do it, dude. Do it. Can we break 7? Oh, we got to 700. Nice. 20 miles per hour, and we finish it off. So here's my initial thoughts after the race. Oh, I did like 1840. So, and I was on a road bike, so I get a 30-second, like, take 30 seconds off that time. So I did 1810, and it was like, here, I guess I can look it up on my Garmin, how fast I actually went. It was 7.99 miles, so 8 miles. Average speed 25 and a half. Average watts was only 322, which kind of sucks. But after a 70-mile day, average heart rate 163, max 168. That's basically my threshold. 160, 165-ish. So I don't know. I could have gone faster. I feel like if I knew the course better. I caught the guy who went like 30 seconds in front of me within 5 minutes. So like after that I was like, whoa, I'm fucking killing it. But then the guy behind me who was on a TT bike caught me, and he probably beat me by 10 seconds. So that kind of sucks, but like it's hard to beat a TT bike when you're on a road bike. I was like resting my forearms on the tops of the bars for basically the whole time, actually. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta learn how to pace time trials better, because I usually do intervals as like time, so like 20 minutes. But I think I need to go out and just do like, here's a 10-mile course, do this as fast as you can. Because like sometimes you just have to know where to put out the power. Like on the downhills I was trying to put out a little bit more because I'm a bigger guy, so it's going to benefit me more than like smashing uphill. So I don't know, overall good day. We'll see where I'm placed and what I'm looking like on the GC, because before the TT I was 10th 10th overall. So if some guys like didn't do it, or I beat them, then I'll be ahead of them. So